Porque diga lo que diga, yo soy libre de pensar, porque siento que es la hora de ganar la libertad. Hasta cuando ya de abusos es el tiempo de cambiar, porque basta de miseria, voy a decir que no.
Porque nace el arco iris después de la tempestad, porque quiero que florezcan mil maneras de pensar, porque sin la dictadura la alegría va a llegar, porque pienso en el futuro, voy a decir que no.
Vamos a decir que no,
oh, con la fuerza de mi voz.
Vamos a decir que no,
oh, yo lo canto sin temor.
Vamos a decir que no,
todos juntos a triunfar.
Vamos a decir que no,
por la vida y por la paz.
Terminemos con la muerte, es la oportunidad.
Debe ser a la violencia.
Hello, once again welcome to Return of Marco Polo. Here behind us we have the mountain of Raivavae. We are on our way into the lagoon of this island, which is one of the austral islands in French Polynesia. That is the group of southern islands here in the south of this very, very big area of islands. 4 million square kilometers of ocean covers French Polynesia. Now, Raivavae is one of the more isolated islands for several reasons. It is far away from the center which is Tahiti. It is also one of the very few islands which has no airport, so it's only accessible by ship. In this film, we'll go out, look at the landscapes, talk to some people here, and see how they live. We will hear music, and yeah, it's sort of a collage, this one. So, hope you enjoy it.
Raivavae is situated at 24 degrees south and 148 degrees west. The Austral Islands consist of a row of 5 islands, all peaks of a submarine chain of mountains lying in an east-westerly direction. Although some islands are smaller, we can't say that Raivavae is a big island, 20 kilometers in circumference and some 7 kilometers long from east to west. As with most of the other islands in the Pacific Basin, the ocean is very deep, close to the island. We must imagine that this island rises from a seabed 4 kilometers below the surface of the sea. And the rise is steep, so steep that it is difficult to understand. But if we look at these peaks and just imagine that the island looks like that under the water, we begin to grasp it. Look at the mountain's top. Imagine that only a few meters of the peak was over the sea level and that the Marco Polo was going to drop anchor there. Impossible. The anchor would hardly hit the bottom before we stood with the ship's bow firmly planted at the rock. Just outside the reef, the ocean takes over from the calm lagoon. A few hundred meters away, we have 1 kilometer to the bottom, and just a little further there are 3 to 4 kilometers. But how was all this created? How did the island get this rough profile? A profile which clearly marks of a very violent creation. To answer that question, we must go several millions of years back in the geologic history of Earth. At first, there was only the immense ocean here. The tectonic plates of the Earth were moving around slowly, but possessing a power of pressure that have created mountains like the Andes in South America, the Himalayas in Asia, and the Alps in Europe. So, while India broke loose from Antarctica and drifted north as a big floating island, other plates were moving under the surface of the South Pacific. And while the plates moved along each other, small channels were opened down to the inner layers of Earth. Materials from the mantle inside the planet shot up and created first the seamounts, big mountains under the water, and some of these became islands as the volcanoes still built up. Lava and basalt was thrown up and froze to these strange landscapes. The activity stopped, the island cooled down, and for millions and millions of years it was a barren and grey rock in the ocean. But slowly plants arrived, and when the first Polynesian settlers saw the island rise in the horizon, maybe more than 2,000 years ago, they saw a green island. But they also saw an island well on their way to disappear due to erosion. We can see it here. The steep cliff was the core of the volcano, the hardest rock, which since it cooled down has resisted the erosion of wind, rain, and sun. The more porous rock has turned into gravel of lava and now lies where numerous landslides have settled it during all those years. The island was large enough to support a relatively high number of people. It's estimated that there was around 3,000 people when the first Europeans came here. The island was inhabited by an industrious population which worked in the fields and went fishing to support themselves. However, the European contact also here produced a disaster which has been seen other places. Due to the remoteness and isolation of this island, the people did not have any immunity towards even the very normal diseases. The result was catastrophic. Epidemics spread diseases like influenza and measles, and the people died. In a short period, the population was reduced from 3,000 to about 130 people. The diseases not only killed the people, they also effectively killed their culture, their language, their history. The major part of their traditional legends, their ancient customs, songs, their dialect of the Polynesian language, all of this disappeared with the toll of death. Today, no one in Raivavae can claim to descend only from the old Raivavean stock. People arrived from Tahiti and many other islands, and it is now to these islands that the people of Raivavae can trace their history. Still today, Raivavae is an isolated island. Its topography is forbidding, with only the small coastal strip really accessible, the narrow strip around the island where the road goes and where the people live. The French have built no airport here, and the island is thus only connected to the outside world with the inter-island ferry, which arrives once or twice a month. Although tourism has become the largest contributor to the economy of French Polynesia, there's virtually no tourism here. There are no hotels, restaurants or bars. Liquor is banned on the island, and the main activity is the work in the taro fields, fishing and building houses. The people of Raivavae are not very interested in becoming another tourist center. Many told us that one of their reasons for liking their island is its tranquility. Here are no noisy boulevards, no discotheques, no hotels with strangers who do not understand or respect the local culture. The life here is in many ways close to the now long-gone agricultural Polynesian life, which before was to be found in Tahiti. The islanders of Raivavae want to keep it that way. One day we met Marcel. She works in the local town hall, and for the moment the family lives there too. They are working on a house, but it is not yet finished. The room is not very big, and we had to place the camera outside and film in through the window to be able to see more than one person at a time. All people participate in the taro cultivation. The taro is for local consumption, but also for export to Tahiti. The people here send taro with the ferry to Tahiti and get money for goods in this way. Many families send 1 or 2 members to Tahiti to take care of the taro sale and to take a job to earn money. Those working in Tahiti will then send consumer goods and money down to Raivavae, while the family at the island send taro, bananas, potatoes and much more to Tahiti for sale and consumption.
Bye.
The island economy is based on taro. The diet is based on taro as well. The taro is a plant which has a large nutritious root. It's a plant which, like the arrowroot or the potato, can be an important part of the diet, complemented with meat, fish or vegetables. The taro is grown all over Polynesia. It does not require very fertile soil, but a wet, humid spot on the island is needed for the taro to grow well. On many small coral islands where coconut and fish are the only natural sources of food, we have seen a taro swamp in the middle of the island. The Polynesian settlers on such an island must have known the value of this root, and they created the swamp by digging a large hole and making walls of soil around it. They would fill the hole with the best soil they could find, and rain would then after some time give the soil in the hole the correct humidity. On Raivavae, the taro production is not limited to one single swamp. There are taro fields all over the island, and growing the taro is a main occupation for all the men on the island. Each family has its own plots of land, and the cultivation is planned so they can harvest continuously all year round. Though the field here is owned by only one of these men, they work together. It's early morning, the sun has just risen, and it is still wet around us after some heavy rain during the night. On a small plot of land near the foot of the mountain here at Raivavae, a small group of men is gathering. First they just sit, waking up and exchanging a few words with each other. This morning could be any morning, anywhere on Raivavae during hundreds of years. Each morning, this group of men will meet and work. The job is the same, preparing the field for new taro, weeding the already planted field, or harvesting. But each day on a different field. This is because they help each other with their work. They simply go around in a well-defined system of turns to each other's fields and do the work needed for each particular field.
Les personnes travaillent en groupe pour travailler dans le taro. Les femmes font des colliers. Les femmes font des colliers pour vendre avec les coquillages. Et les hommes travaillent dans les taros, ils vont à la pêche.
Comment, par exemple, chaque famille travaille pour cette famille seule?
Voilà. Ici, ils travaillent plutôt en groupe. Par exemple, s'il y a 10 personnes, ils travaillent 3 heures par jour, 1 heure pour chaque personne. Alors, 1 heure pour la première personne, deuxième, troisième personne. Et après, le lendemain, ils travaillent pour 3 autres personnes. Et après, ils reviennent dessus. Ça tourne, hein? C'est comme ça qu'ils font le taro, parce qu'autrement, pour travailler tout seul, c'est très très dur. Hein? Oui. C'est très dur pour retourner la terre, pour planter. Puis le taro, ça dure 1 an, maximum 1 an et demi pour manger le taro.
Est-ce qu'il y a une tradition de Raivavae ou de tous les Polynésiens?
C'est presque partout. Il n'y a pas seulement à Raivavae, mais dans les autres îles aussi en Polynésie. C'est un peu la coutume polynésienne ici, le taro.
Et ils travaillent quelle part de la journée?
Le matin?
Le matin?
Oui. Ils travaillent très tôt le matin, 5 heures. 5 heures du matin. Ils vont travailler, les hommes travaillent dans les tarots à 5 heures du matin et ils reviennent à 9 heures, 10 heures le matin, puis ils vont à la pêche. Ils prennent la pirogue pour aller pêcher, puis à midi, 1 heure, ils reviennent. L'après-midi, pas de travail, la pirogue, le volleyball, le foot, c'est comme ça.
Oui, c'est beau.
Le passe-temps ici.
When we asked them when they started to do it like this, the people said, "We don't know. That's how it has always been." And by the way, they added, one single man could not do all this alone. Look at the field, how big it is. Wouldn't it be boring? The work starts early in the morning and is finished at around 11 o'clock. The rest of the day is for fishing, building on the house, or talking with the friends in the village.
Combien de personnes de la ville travaillent avec la commune?
Ici à Raivavae, il y a à peu près qui travaillent en permanent, 30 personnes. 30 personnes qui travaillent en permanence. Et puis d'autres personnes qui travaillent 1 semaine, 2 semaines, après on change.
Oui.
Voilà. Il y a quand même, ici à Raivavae, pour une petite île, il y a quand même l'infirmerie, hôpital, l'infirmerie, la poste téléphone, la commune, la gendarmerie, et puis les travaux publics, les personnes qui travaillent sur la route pour faire la route. Voilà.
Est-ce qu'il y a par exemple, les gens qui travaillent sur la route, est-ce qu'il y a pour le gouvernement français?
Oui, c'est pour le gouvernement. Les personnes qui travaillent sur la route travaillent pour le gouvernement français. Voilà. Comme nous, gendarmes, nous travaillons pour le gouvernement français. Nous ne sommes que 2 gendarmes sur l'île.
Qu'est-ce que tu fais parce que il n'y a pas de voleurs ici?
Non. C'est pas comme dans les autres pays. Ici à Raivavae, il n'y a pas d'alcool. C'est interdit de vendre l'alcool dans les magasins, c'est interdit. Les personnes font leur alcool à la maison, Et puis il n'y a pas de voleurs, il n'y a pas de drogue. Pas de drogue. C'est bien. C'est tranquille.
Oui, c'est très tranquille.
Leisure activities on Raivavae include volleyball and canoe paddling. The volleyball is a newer but very popular form of sport. There's a community hall in the village, and every day the men meet here to practice their skills. The younger Polynesians have always put pride in being fit, and this is also the case here. The volleyball training lasts for 2 to 3 hours every day. Nearly all men on the island seem to participate. Those who can't get space in the community hall will train outdoor. Canoe paddling is a very old sport in Polynesia, though refined with better and faster canoes during the recent years. The outrigger canoe is a traditional type of boat here, and for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, the people have had competitions in these canoes. The locals here also have their canoe clubs, and we asked about the clubs and their activities.
Moi, je m'appelle Terry Paya, mon prénom c'est Abel, et je suis gendarme ici à Raivavae. Depuis 5 ans maintenant que je travaille en tant que gendarme, mais en dehors du travail de gendarme, je m'occupe un peu des jeunes d'ici, du sport, par exemple du football. Ici à Raivavae, il y a le football, le handball, le volley et la pirogue compétition, la plongée sous-marine, ce qu'il y a comme sport ici, et puis le tennis et le ping-pong.
Oui.
Ouais. Alors, différents clubs ici, et
En ce qui concerne le volleyball, beaucoup de jeunes jouent ici au volley. Hein. Beaucoup de jeunes jouent au volley. C'est leur sport préféré ici, le volley, le football et la pirogue.
Oui, ça
La
c'est
pirogue.
le sport traditionnel polynésien.
Voilà, et c'est le sport traditionnel des Polynésiens. C'est ce que nous faisons ici. Je m'occupe du club ici, club de pirogue. Ça s'appelle le club Matavi.
Matavi.
Matavi Club, c'est ce qu'il y a sur le panneau. Matavi. C'est le nom du club ici à Raivavae.
Est-ce que c'est le nom de
Le bois,
les bois, oui.
je
C'est
ne-
local?
c'est local. Local, c'est du falcata.
Le Falcata.
Falcata. Mais c'est un nom français, hein, le falcata. C'est le nom du bois, c'est le falcata. C'est du falcata. Cette pirogue mesure 11,50 mètres la longueur. 11,50 mètres. Pour une pirogue 3 personnes, c'est 11,50 mètres. Pour une pirogue une seule personne, 8 mètres. 8 mètres. Et pour une pirogue de 6 personnes, c'est 14 mètres. 14 mètres. Et nous avons 4 personnes qui sont parties à propriété pour faire 2 pirogues en plastique, fiberglass.
Fiberglass, oui.
Fiberglass, ouais, en
C'est
plastique,
moderne.
moderne. Et puis 2 pirogues, 3 personnes en fiberglass qui sont parties par le bateau. C'est bien Raivavae. L'île de Raivavae, c'est très très bien. Il y a beaucoup de... les personnes ici travaillent beaucoup sur la culture.
Oui. Oui.
Ils plantent des bananes, des tarots, tout ça. Mais les femmes travaillent plutôt sur les coquillages.
Oui.
Les coquillages.
Mais ça, c'est des sportifs. Ça, c'est pour les femmes. Pas des femmes.
Si.
Oui.
Si,
Femmes
si.
et des hommes.
Ouais.
Oui.
Les femmes,
jeunes, oh,
les jeunes, les vieux, tout.
Oui.
Tout. Moi j'ai 40 ans.
Oui.
J'ai 40 ans.
Jeune.
Je rame encore. Hein. Vendredi, il y aura une compétition ici. De pirogue.
Pour
Ouais.
toute l'île. Non, c'est la Raivavae.
Raivavae
Seulement.
pour 1, 2. Oui, Raivavae seulement. 3 clubs.
Oui.
3 clubs.
Ça, c'est une club pour chaque village.
Voilà.
Ça, c'est normal.
3. Un club par village.
Et ça, c'est une très vieille
Tradition.
tradition.
Hein. Très vieille tradition polynésienne. Hein.
Oui.
Ouais, la
Pour-
pirogue.
Pour toute l'île.
Pour toute l'île. Voilà. Les Polynésiens se déplacent de Raivavae à Tubuai, pirogue. Avant, hein. Autrefois.
Oui.
Maintenant, non.
Non.
Très difficile. Il faut aller en bateau.
Mais des périodes, c'est aussi pour de pêche.
La pêche. Mais pas comme ça. Ça, c'est spécialement pour la compétition. C'est un autre bois alors, pour faire la pirogue de pêche.
Encore de fort ou-
Oui, plus costaud,
dur,
hein.
oui.
Ouais, plus dur, hein, le bois. Ça, c'est du bois très léger quand c'est sec. C'est très très léger. Mais l'autre bois, c'est le manguier. On appelle ce bois le manguier. Mango.
Oh
Yeah, now we got the two boys online. The two boys there are online, and we are on our way out of the pass here from Raivavae. Quite a narrow passage and not very deep, only a couple of meters under the keel where we are now. If we go a little to the side, it'll be different. We are saying goodbye to the about 1,200 people living here in Raivavae. We're going to another austral island that is Tubuai, Il Tubuai. It's 105 miles from here. We will arrive tomorrow, but we won't see you before next week. So until then, have a good week and take care. Bye-bye.
Terminemos con la muerte, es la oportunidad.
Debe ser